So with that, again, I appreciate everyone giving me a chance to update you on the work over the course of the last really 6 days, and we've got more work ahead of us, but I'm happy to take a few questions.
Governor, we've got pictures coming to the newsroom with places in the city that are charging $53 for a 24 pack of water. What is your message to these businesses?
Yeah, let me first be very, very, very clear. That's illegal. And the Attorney General has stated boldly that they will prosecute price gouging during a state of emergency. I spoke to him yesterday. His team is actively working to gather information on situations like this. And so I, would be very, very clear in my communication to retailers. This is not allowed, it's not right, and it's not the way we do things in Virginia. And I would also be very clear to all of our citizens in Richmond and many who are in the eastern part of Henrico. We've got lots of water that is here, and we want to make sure you can get to it.
Governor, I understand the National Guard is starting to move today. You guys said the water went out Monday. What's been the lag time there and why?
Well, so let me just begin. The National Guard has been present and ready to be deployed. The role of the National Guard is always really important to define. And in this case, starting on Monday afternoon, while the Guard is ready to go, we were informed that the trucks and the pallets and the timing of this return of service was such that we felt that we had full capabilities in place. Over the course of Tuesday, this situation has lasted a lot longer than people originally had thought and informed. And so the Guard's been in motion since last night, and these particular water tankers needed to be positioned from where they are currently stored, and they were moving this morning and in the course of today.
Governor, with the General Assembly back in session, or kind of delayed in session now, do you see an opportunity for lawmakers to maybe take advantage of the budget surplus and revisit infrastructure support for localities during this session?
Well, so to back up, in the budget amendments that I submitted in advance of December, I specifically have earmarked again, and I've done it in previous budgets, and we've funded it, funding for the City of Richmond's combined sewer overflow project. It's a very important project. We also have substantial funding that exists for water treatment plants across the Commonwealth. In this particular circumstance, we have discussed with city leadership and, of course, our neighboring county leadership the after-action report and investigation that's going to be very, very illuminating on what we can do together and what the City of Richmond needs to do in order to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Governor, are you irritated about how Richmond's outage is affecting the Assembly and state government?
Well, everyone is frustrated. And listen, the water supply has been on and off for everybody in the city, including Capitol Square. And the fact that the General Assembly has had to postpone our start is a reality when something like this happens. But let me just be clear. There are a lot more important issues with this water crisis right now. We've got families in the city that don't have any water. We've got young children where mothers are asking, what do I do about baby formula? And so there are real issues that we need to address. The General Assembly and our administration will go to work. We'll get the work of the people done. But what's most important right now is we serve the people in Richmond and the surrounding areas and get this back online. As a side note, on baby formula, on the VDH website, at the top of the website, there is a really, really important and informative fact sheet that helps mothers understand and fathers understand what they can do to boil water, use bottled water to make baby formula out of powder. We wanted to make sure that that was really well understood so that folks, we can get water to you, and if you need baby formula, there's access there as well to make sure that families are well taken care of. So thank you.
One more question.
Governor, with the storm coming back this weekend, is there a concern at all that this process of getting citizens back their water is going to kind of jeopardize the process on when we actually see water coming into homes?
If I said no, I'd be wrong. Yes, we're concerned, and that's why we are first supporting the city in all ways possible to get the water supply back online fully as quickly as we can, to make sure that all citizens have access to water. And we're also quickly asking the questions, what do we need to do in order to prevent it from happening again? Listen, the city is on point operating this facility. We've got a tremendous amount of resource help from the state that is now resident at the facility, from the surrounding counties that are now resident at the facility, and we've had support from outside contractors who are now at the facility. So job one is to get everything back up and running as it's supposed to be. And while we're at it, we need to make sure that if there's anything we need to do to prevent this from happening again this weekend in this next storm, the team is focused on that as well.
Governor, do you know the number of people who are without water service right now?
I don't. What I do know is there are many. And let's just be clear, there's now 11 distribution sites around the city of Richmond. I know churches are working. If anybody has an opportunity to volunteer to help us, please call the Red Cross because they are mobilizing and we need volunteers. But there are people who don't have water in their homes, don't have the ability to get to where they can access the water distribution sites. And so what I would say to everybody is if you need water, please dial first and foremost 211. This is the statewide emergency response. This is not 911 if you have got a life-threatening emergency, but if you can't get what you need, dial 211. If you're in the city of Richmond, you can dial 311. And either one of those numbers will work, and there is a team immediately there to respond to get people what they need.
Thank you all so much.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much.
The response to the storm
Appreciate
has
it.
been very positive. Have you been talking in your own party, in between parties, to keep things positive? Like, there's not any sniping about this being a city or anything right now? And do you think the positive nature of the Helene reaction between parties is kind of helping to make sure everybody's staying decent right now?
Yeah, I first of all believe that that responding in an emergency requires everybody to lock arms and go to work. And from what we saw during Hurricane Helene and what we've seen during this snow emergency, that's exactly the way Virginians have reacted. I am proud to be a Virginian every single day of the week, and when I see us work the way we have, I'm even more proud.